It's coming over. Have a look what's in that hole for me and tell me what you see.
Ooh.
You know what it means when Dad comes over? It means I've just found something good. And I think I have found another ring. So I'm going to wait till Dad gets over here. But we'll just quickly show you before I unravel it. That looks like a buckle ring. It does. Well, I'm just going to get him to look in the hole. Right, he's nearly there. It's coming over. Have a look what's in that hole for me and tell me what you see.
Ooh. It looks quite round. And
it looks like a buckle ring.
It does.
With some lovely shiny detail on it.
It's nice.
So,
it's nice.
It
is a buckle ring, isn't it?
It is a buckle ring. I don't know how old buckle rings are.
About 17.
Yeah, oh, are they?
17 onwards, yeah.
There's a bit of a scratchy signal.
17, 1800s.
Right, I'm going to give this a clean up and we'll get back to you. Oh, without dropping it. With it all cleaned up, but it's going to be probably 1700s buckle ring. So I am well chuffed. Okay. Right guys, I've had a clean up. It is a buckle ring. And if I can get close enough, you can read in there solid silver. So this is probably 1800s. Well, if it's got hallmark writing in it, it's probably 1800s. So it's probably not classed as treasure, but I will double check because it's usually the Georgian later in the 1700s that could be on the borderline of treasure. But we got a feeling this is going to be 1800s. So this one, I'll get back. So my first ever buckle ring. So this is a bucket lister on the buckle rings. Okay, let's move on and see what else I can find. Okay guys, I think I'm onto a coin. You can see the imprint right there. So if we can have a look at the imprint. Can't really tell what it's going to be on the imprint, but there is the coin and the other imprint. So I'm going to say it's a halfpenny. What era? I do not know. Holding this the right way. Okay, I'm going to have to give this a clean and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, I've got a date off it. It's an 1881, so that would be a Vicky Bunhead halfpenny. So good day to you, man. Well done. Brilliant. Okay, this was a scratchy 13. I'll just take the gloves off. Looks like I've got another coin. Yeah, it's Britannia. Oh, it's gonna be a Vicky again. I can see 18. I have to be careful that side there, it's chipping a bit. But that is going to be a farthing. Yep. There's a Vicky widow head. So that must put it in the late 18. Can't really see a date there. 18 something, but it'd be the late 1800s being the widow head. But we'll see if we can get a better picture of that. Right, we're coming close to an end of the day. And I've just found this. I'm not sure what it is. Well, I know it's a level mount, but you can see the 2 pins at the back. Well, I can't see them because the sun's shining on the screen, but I'm sure you can. And some sort of pattern, so I'll give this a clean up and see if there's any decorations on it. Okay, onwards and upwards. Alright, this time let's take you into the hole. And I haven't got my little shovel thing with me, but it's just, I'll get the glass in that corner there. See if I can do this with my nail. Oh, it's there. I'll get it out. Oh yeah, okay. What is it? Oh, there's the imprint down the bottom. Oh, it's a button. Just in the shake. Oh, that's a shame. There might be something on it. That's quite old. Okay, that's on a roll. Right guys, I'm back out on the field again. And back out onto a permission. This is where I found a Roman fibula. Next door is another permission that I have had 4 Romans. And I've just found this. It doesn't look much from there, but when I turned it over, I think it's lead. It looks like a bottom part of a whistle. There's the opening. It's got an opening that side, and it's got that bit there where you would put your finger over. Very odd, but it's very tiny. So if anyone's got any idea what that could be, it is some kind of lead. So I'm going to really go slowly over this part of the area. It's very close to my Roman, it's very close to my Roman fibula. So I'm just going to dig every single signal I can find. Right, this was a solid 15 on the knocks, and I've just turned it out and I can see something white. I'm hoping it's a token. So let's go and have a look. It's looking like a token to me. Nice and white. Yeah, that's going to be a token on it. I don't know if I'm going to get anything off it, but it's definitely going to be a token. I think there might be something there, but I don't know. Very hard to date tokens, and you can't always go by the colour, because that is to do with the soil, to the whiteness of lead. It's nothing to do with the age of it at all. But great little find. Okay. Now guys, this is a 17 on the knocks, and a very common find in the UK. It is a musket ball. I'll tell you a little bit about musket balls. With this nibbly bit on the end, would have been attached to another musket ball, and so on. So they would have been in rows, and then they would break the musket ball off. So that would be how they would be moulded. So the mould would be made, they would pour, it would go into one musket ball, then carry on pouring into another musket ball, and so on. So that's why if you find any with nibbly bits on the end, that is part of the pouring process for how they made a musket ball. Okay, so I thought it'd be a little bit of information for you. I know it's just a musket ball, but some people do. Right, guys, I had a solid 12 here. I'm on the edge of the field, and I found this. Now, it's very black. It's quite got a bit of weight to it, and I've got no idea what that is. Looks like there might be some writing there. I'm going to have to give this a clean up. This is really weird. And then flat there. Is it some sort of utensil? It's going to focus. It's got some design on it. It looks quite unique. I've got no idea. So if anyone's got an idea what that could be, please leave it in the comment for me. I'll be really appreciated. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed the video of our hunt. We went to 2 farms this week. we first went to Hesmazoo and did a farm in there. The ground was still a little bit dry in some places. The chap farmer did say it could either go really dry and really hard, or it can go really wet. And because it's on like hills, it's quite dry. But it's we've had a couple trips there now, and stuff is still popping up. And the second farm is a paid farm that I go to this year, and it's in Henley. And it is a great site, especially when they turn over the crops and everything and the soil. New stuff always comes up. So if I quickly go through what we have found, starting with the less important stuff. Buttons. We've had, this is the one I filmed. And then you get your normal little common 1900s button. A pewter button. I think I had 2 of these. 2 pewter buttons. And this probably more common button. Well, it could be older. Still got the mud in there, but I'm sure there'll be a shank in there somewhere. I will give that a bit more of a clean. A tip of a bullet. Very common down where we are in East Sussex. Because we had World War I, World War II, where they were, defending our coastline. Down to lead, bit of scrap, bit of lead. First I thought it was going to be some sort of seal, but it's not. This one I thought was a scrap of lead, but I've got a feeling it could be part of a pot mend, because of the nibbly bit coming out there. So that is quite an interesting find. Over to the more interesting finds. I did find quite a bit of junk, and that just all goes into the skip. Starting from the left, we've got a mount. What do they call it now? Leather mount. That's it. Gave it a little bit clean. Some bit of detail coming up. You can tell it's a leather mount because of the pins there that would go into the leather. So that was a nice little find. I was quite pleased with that. Over to a lead musket ball. Now, you find loads of these down here, but it's the first time I actually found one with the nibbly bit at the end, and that would be because it's just come out of the mould. So this one wouldn't have had to been fired yet. So that was quite, so they're probably making it there, and it broke off and they lost it, and I've come along and found it. So that one I'm definitely keeping. Over to the farmer's token. Very hard to date. You can date them in certain ways depending on what's on them. You can't date them by the colour of the lead, because that is just an old wives' tale. The colour of the lead will be to do with the minerals in the soil and nothing to do with the age. I've had medieval tokens come up grey, even come up brown and a little bit black as well. So you can tell this is a more of a medieval token. They're just like a hammer coin, because that's what they would do in the old days, and they would make a cross, and then you would just see the pellets that you would exactly have on a hammer coin. So that's how you know. If you get one with a cross and pellets, you know it's a medieval one. Never get anything on the other side. The more common ones that you would get, the 1700s, 1800s upwards, they would have letters on them, and there would be letters of the farmer. Now and again you get some with pictures, bit harder to date, of course. I've seen a couple with Queen Anne on, so they are very interesting. Not yet got one. Over to the coin front, I had 2 coins today. The first one was a halfpenny, 1991, and that was a Victoria bunhead. Nice little find. The other coin was a farthing, and that was a widow head, and I gave that to the farmer's kids on the way out. And this little item, it could be pewter, it has got a little bit of weight to it. It's very hard to tell if that's pewter or lead, so if anyone can tell me. But someone did tell me that is a whistle. It is part of a whistle, and I can't remember what they said now, what type of whistle it was, but it is definitely a whistle. As you can see, I can actually bring this quite close now because it's really, but you can see it's still got mud going through it, so I don't know if it's going to work. I still have to clean it out. I don't like cleaning my lead items or pewter items up too much. This item here, we thought it might be silver. We didn't know what it was. I'm going to cover that up first. Looking at it, someone said on one of my TikTok videos, it's a utensil. So it's a knife, it would have been. So you can see the blade would have been at the bottom. Very ornate, and the only reason why it's probably ornate, not because of the age, it's because it's from Thailand. It could have still a little bit of age from it, 1800s, early 1900s, so it's got a little bit of age to it, but not silver, unfortunately. Done the test, not silver at all. And the star find of the day, and also a bucket lister of mine, because I've not got a buckle ring, was this lovely ring. Some beautiful decorations on it, going all the way round, slightly different, and it is solid silver. If I can bring it up close enough for you without it going out of focus, there you go. Solid silver. So another one for my cabinet. It's not classed as treasure because this is probably 1800s. They do start from the 1700s, but we have had a little check on it, and this is probably more from the 1800s onwards. So still a very good find though, so I'm very chuffed with that. So that comes to the end of another week's video. So I hope you're all doing well. You've got the weekend coming up this week. I hope you're all going to get out, and I hope the weather's going to really turn really nice. We're out on a club dig this Sunday, but again the video won't be out for that for some time. But I just wish you all a great weekend. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all your support, and we'll see you next week.